Welcome guys, thank you for joining my video. Here I have my containers that I've washed and placed to dry. I've laid out all the ingredients that I will be needing when making my curl gel mixture. It is important that you have a formula when you're making products for sale, because your formula will help you to be consistent when you're making each batch. The formula will tell you how much of each ingredient you are to add to the mixture. Now when you're making a gel for hair, the most ingredient that is involved in the making of gels is water. I only use purified water to make products. That is because water coming from the tap may contain, well, we don't know what water from the tap contains actually. Here I'm filling the container with the required amount of water that I will be needing, and that is why it's on the scale. Now it is important that you keep your measurements, because any mixture that you make to sell that contains water requires that you need a preservative. The preservative is a certain percentage of the batch. So if you put too much of something, it may be off and there won't be enough preservative. Now I'm adding a gel mixture that will give the formula a better hold. I'm adding hydrolyzed wheat protein to the mixture. I'm also adding an herbal mixture. I have to get out everything out of the cup. Here I've added some sorbitol, which is a humectant that will pull moisture to the hair. And included in that is also the fragrance, and then I've added the preservative. In order to have a uniform mixture, I have to ensure that I blend out everything together. Now what you did not see, I had some issues with the videoing of this batch. I added aloe vera to the mixture, so we have to ensure that we blend all of that out. Now I'm adding the gel powders. Now if you look on the ingredients list of any gel, you'll notice that you usually see carbama or carbamore and something called PVP, which is a polymer. Now these help the gel to have hold and also help your curls to form. It also makes or gives the mixture the texture it has. So we have to leave it now. What you're seeing now is that the gel powders that I've had added to the mixture, they have hydrated a bit, meaning that they have soaked up water. Now, normally, in order for these gel powders to properly dissolve into the water, you will have to leave it for hours, 6 to 8 hours. In order to speed up that process, what I do is I have to blend it out so it is properly dispersed all over in the water, and therefore it will gel faster. This takes a good amount of blending. Now, even though I've blended it out, I will still need to leave the mixture for a while. Here I'm adding some color. I use water soluble colors in my mixtures. They are cosmetic safe colorants. You can see there that it has thickened considerably. Now, this takes a lot of blending in order to have the color dispersed properly in the mixture, so we have one uniform color. A lot of blending. I actually had to cut out some of the blending in order to get it to one uniform color. As you can see, I actually started making this product in the morning or in the day, and now it is night because I had to leave the mixture for some hours for it to hydrate. You can see that it has gotten very thick. It is not yet where we want it. We have to ensure that all the pieces of the gel powders have properly immersed into the water. They call it hydration. So when the powders have properly hydrated in the water, then we'll have one uniform mixture. So we shouldn't be seeing any white chunks. There are still some white pieces inside there, still some chunks of gel, so we'll have to leave it for some time. Now in this shot, it is actually the next day. I went to work in the morning and then I have to finish making the product at night. I use 99.9% isopropyl alcohol to clean and to sterilize my jars, my work area. Look at that jelly. My daughters would say, "Wow, that's amazing. Wow, mommy, wow." So you can see after hours of hydration, the gel powders have properly dispersed into the mixture, and now we have a uniform mixture. Look at that. So that is what we want. Now I still have to do a little blending just to check to ensure that there are no chunks inside, because after hours, when the gel powders sit for hours, they tend to get, well, they will get clear. So there may be gel powder still in there that I'm not seeing, so I have to blend it out. Here now I am pouring it in containers with a spout so that I can fill the jars without making a mess. Wow, look at that. Lovely jelly. That's actually why I decided to call it curl jelly, because it does look like jelly. Alright, I have to measure the amount of gel that I'm putting into each jar. That way, it will ensure that all the jars have the same amount. Now, this is an 8-ounce jar, so I'm trying to put 8 ounces inside the jar to see how it looks if it is filled up. You'll find that depend on the type of mixture, whether it's watery, whether it's thick, they fill the jars differently. So even though this is an 8-ounce jar, it actually takes more than 8 ounces to fill it. So you can see there that it is not properly filled after adding the 8 ounce. So I had to add some more gel to it. So in each jar, I have to put 9 ounces of jelly inside in order to fill the jar. Right, so there I fill all of my jars. So the amount of mixture that I had was 160 ounces. That should have filled 28-ounce jars. But because of the type of mixture, it is only able to fill 17 jars. Here I'm just cleaning up. That 99.9% isopropyl alcohol is very strong. It cleans anything, oil, anything you drop, it cleans it right up. So there you have it. That's how I make curl jelly. Ensure you get your curl jelly on my website.